This is episode 3. We're heading out to AMP, that's Arizona Motorsports Park in Litchfield Park, Arizona with Pro Autosports. I've only been to this track once. I had a bolt break in my rear diff carrier, so that ended my day early. I wasn't able to get any lap times in to get myself a benchmark for this time. I remember one of the Corvettes doing a 140 last time in the clockwise orientation, so that'll be something to keep in mind for this time. It's only been 3 weeks since I had the car out last, so I didn't do that many changes, but let me show you what I did. Getting down to the gritty weight savings, I got aluminum hinges instead of the factory steel ones, and I saved 6 ounces per side, so 12 ounces total. All right, the major change I'm going to be working with this weekend is sway bars. So I didn't think the aluminum hinges saved me 12 ounces were going to glean me that much for lap time. So this is my setup I've been running in the past. It's a Hotchkiss front and rear. It's pretty stiff setup for the E36. For about the past 6 months, I've been running a front-only ground control. I run no rear sway bar. No rear sway bar gives you a lot of rear grip. It feels like you can get on gas earlier out of turns. It seems easier to drive, but easier to drive doesn't always mean faster. So I want to visit a rear ground control sway bar for this weekend, so that's what I'm going to be testing with. At Mondo, I was also told I was picking up my inside front tire on turns. That happens when you have a lot of roll in the rear and the front's got a sway bar on it, you can pick up your tire. I was just disappointed in this year's Mondo's times as far as how much I thought I was going to take off. And then I remembered in 2021, I was running my Hotchkiss setup. So not saying that that was going to cost me seconds, but I want to revisit the sway bars. It's going to take me way more than this weekend. I'm sure it's going to be a lot of testing, but we're going to start this weekend. So let's check out this setup. Cool design of the front ground control sway bar is the infinitely adjustable clamp, so you can go full soft or full hard. I went to the softest setting for my last run in episode 2 at Mondo and was really surprised how much slower my lap time was, and it kind of got me rethinking my whole sway bar setup now. Here's the rear ground control sway bar. It doesn't have the sliding clamp adjustment like the front, but it's got 5 adjustment holes. This is size medium. The only thing custom I'm going to do is limit the side-to-side play like this. I just got 2 double split shaft collars. Added 1 to each side of the sway bar, cuts down on the side-to-side play. Just like in episode 2, when we were ahead of prep on the M3, we took a break to go race the 5th scale buggy. Now we're taking a break to go race the 8th scale Nitro buggy. We're going 45 minutes away to the Nitro Compound. We're going to pass both the Wild Horse Pass track complex and also the Apex Motor Club private track. It's 5 miles down the street from the Nitro Compound. Pretty crazy. We are 5 miles down the street from the Nitro Compound RC Kart track, and we're passing the Apex Motor Club private track. I just checked, and it looks like the cheapest membership is a $50,000 buy-in and a $5,000 a year annual fee. So I haven't been here yet. I need that to blow on RC cars. Here's one hot lap around the Nitro Compound in Maricopa, Arizona.
For podium, podiums or what? Yeah? Alright. Oh, that's James Carter. Alright, yeah, Denny, Lime, and Stover, up the picture, please. Denny, Lime, and Stover. Get some pictures, please, real quick. And you can do it on like that.
For the race, I got 3rd place behind 2 bruisers. So I was at the RC car track yesterday racing, and my friend texted me and asked me if I wanted to come try his go-kart today. This is a more serious level go-kart. I've never done this before. That's what's cool about the Phoenix area. There's all these venues around here of different hobbies. And so this is going to be my first time hustling a more serious go-kart. It's been great so far, and we got some footage for you. All right, we're finally here, starting the track day. I'm running these turn-away tips here for the 96 decibel restriction. Here's the first warm-up session, driving with some traffic, getting ready for the hot lap sessions. right, I'm finally on the clock for the first hot lap session of the day. The start finish line is coming up right up here, and drop the hammer. The way Hot Laps works is you get 15 minutes of open track time to turn your fastest lap. So even though I blew it and went off right away, I managed to get off a lap, and I was a second slower than Kevin, so I'm sitting in second place right now. All right, I did one practice run and then one time session with the rear sway bar on. Now I'm taking it off, going out for another practice session and another time session, and I'm gonna compare. All right, this is staging for the second and final hot lap session of the day. Ahead of me in the silver Corvette is Kevin. He's got me by 1 second right now, so this is going to be my last chance I have at improving my time. I'm approaching the start-finish line, and my hot lap is going to start right now. So for the second and final hot lap session, I was able to better my lap by about a half a second. Kevin went a little bit slower, possibly some clutch issues, he said. But bottom line, I wasn't able to better his 142.8 from the first session, so he wins. That's a wrap for AMP 2022. That's the last time I'm going out this year. For the times portion, the hot laps competition, I got second again to Kevin and his C5 Corvette. He dipped a 142.7 to my 143.3. It's close, but I couldn't get it. On Treadwear 100, I was able to squeeze off a 145.2 right at the end. So I'm still learning the track, so I got some speed to make up. But the sway bar testing went pretty good, and we're gonna go out with a different setup in 2023. So just to recap my rear sway bar, if it was a 2-day event, I would have put it on for the next day. It was just a 1-day event. But I thought it gave me a little bit more steering, maybe at the cost of step out on acceleration. I couldn't be for sure, but even though my time was faster without the sway bar, it was my second run of the day, and I was learning the track and getting quicker anyway.